All right, Shalom Akim, Shalom, Shalom. All right, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit, and Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And Shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all, Barakatham. All right. So, I wanted to pretty much do a land back off of this brother here on the screen. All right. His name, well, he goes by his TikTok page. All right. He goes by GMS Yawasop Hopeful Elect. All right. And he does excellent videos. Okay, so what he was doing in this lesson was he was addressing a scoffer, or you know what I'm saying, just some lost Jake, you know what I'm saying, that stumbled his way onto his page, you know what I'm saying, and decided to talk his shit, you know what I'm saying. Well, what happened was, all right, according to the young brother's account, he was holding camp. As you can see on the screen, he was holding camp, and this Edomite showed, or someone who appears to be an Edomite, all right, had showed up to the camp, okay, and gave the young brother $100. You know what I'm saying? Gave the young man $100, and you know the young man accepted the offer. You know what I'm saying? The water Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai for that, you know, that blessing of a donation. You know what I'm saying? But you know, here this guy comes and wants to say this. All right, I'm gonna get into this lesson, man, but I wanted to read what this guy has to say. All right, his name is, he calls himself Chosen by Yahuwah. Okay, so he's one of those Yah Israelites, and I'm gonna share with you the young brother's response. All right, so this guy says, "Nah, bro. This was actually a sign showing you to take the hate out your heart for them people. Yah also said vengeance is his, not ours. And all white people are not Esau. They have mingled with many, and many. It's more of a DNA thing now. But this here Yah was showing you that they are all not bad and hate us. Y'all gotta clean y'all hearts, man, so y'all can make it in the kingdom. Even the book of Isaiah says Gentiles will be in the kingdom. That's who gonna be building our cities back." Okay, so needless to say, all right, these Yah Israelites. This is why we don't go into, you know, we don't go into scripture. We don't go into prophecies. You know what I'm saying, with these Yah Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying, because 9 times out of 10 they're not going to get it. You know what I'm saying. Yah Israelites, all right, the ones that call on Yah or Yahuwah or Ahaya or Yahweh. You know what I'm saying, and they call the name of the Son Yeshua or Yahshua or Yehoshua or Yeshaya. You see what I'm saying? Or they just go and call him Christ. You know what I'm saying? These individuals do not have the truth. They do not have the truth. All right. So we don't deal with them. You know what I'm saying? We don't break things down to them most often because they're not going to get it, man. If you got this Yah spirit on you, you know what I'm saying? All right. It's a heavy stumbling block. I know this. I know this very well because I was once one of them. You see what I'm saying? When I first came into this truth, I was once one of them. You know what I'm saying? I had the long hair. All right, that dread demon was on me. You know what I'm saying? And I came up with every excuse to ignore what the scriptures said, to make sure I could keep my hair long and keep my hair dreaded up. You know what I'm saying? And it took a while for me for the Lord to break that spirit, out of me, man. You know what I'm saying? So I know that that this thing is real, man. You know, and I got an example of that within my own family. You know what I'm saying? So I know how this Yah demon works. You know what I'm saying? Yah is close to God, so they say Yah instead of God. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High God instead of the Most High God is the Most High Yah. You know what I'm saying? And they point to one scripture in the book of Psalms to justify calling him Yah or Jah. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we don't deal with these Yah Israelites, man, because they're essentially Christians. You know what I'm saying? They're just essentially Christians with fringes on. You know what I'm saying? Fringes, uh, lineups, long hair. All right. They let their women talk, do whatever they want. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Nothing's really changed. You know what I'm saying? The feminism is still amongst these Yah Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the head wraps and the dresses. You see what I'm saying? All right, they always got this love affair saying, "Oh, my people, my people, my people, my people, my people." You know what I'm saying? When the truth of the matter is, your people are going to be destroyed by the large majority, the overwhelming majority, man. You see? And when it boils down to it, these Yah Israelites, excuse me, these Yah Israelites as we call them, or these Yahuwah Israelites, all right, they're moist, they're soft. You see what I'm saying? They're soft, and there's no room for that. All right, they don't go into prophecy, they don't go into what the future holds. You see what I'm saying? As it's written. You see what I'm saying? They'd rather go into the book of Enoch. They'll go into the book of Jasher. They'll go into the book of Jubilees. You see what I'm saying? They'll go into reptilian people. You know what I'm saying? Anunnaki type shit. All right? Everything except for the 100% truth. All right? Dealing with the simplicity of Yahweh Shai. You see? So essentially, these Yah Israelites are full of nothing more than a band of bug outs. You know? That's all it is, for real. But nevertheless, let's go into the response that the young brother gave, real quick. This here, he says, first off, we don't teach that all white people are Edomites, and that's true. We don't teach that. We do not teach that all so-called white people are Edomites, man. Okay? We teach, all right, we teach that that there is a lineage that goes back to Esau and Jacob. There's a lineage that goes back to these people. You see what I'm saying? In the same way that not all Israelites are going to come back looking exactly like their brother on the screen. The same thing, all right, is with these Edomites. You know what I'm saying? These so-called white people. Okay? These Edomites are not all going to come looking the same way that Esau typically is. All right. There's going to be, as what Elder Malcolm says, there's going to be chocolate covered Edomites, man. Chocolate covered Edomites. You see? And you're going to have completely pale faced Israelites who look just like so-called white people. All right. So the brother says, first off, we don't teach that all white people are Edomites. Just go away, man. You don't know us or what we teach. And quite frankly, we don't want anything to do with Israelites that say Yahuwah. So just go away. If you don't teach on the streets, it is because the Spirit isn't dealing with you as a prophet. So your words mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much that, man. Your words don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Your opinion doesn't matter. All right? The scripture said that the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets, man. And the prophets are the ones that's speaking in these latter days, man. All other voices mean nothing. All other opinions mean jack shit. You see? So none of that matters. Right? Only the prophets matter. You've heard all these different pastors from these mega churches, from all these failed, Christian establishments, man. You got these niggas going to church, same church for 35 years, ain't learned jack shit, ain't learned nothing about the scriptures, nothing about prophecy, nothing about the chronicles. You ask them, all right, just basic questions about the law, basic questions about the chronicles. What happened with Saul? What happened with King David? What happened, all right, with the prophet Samuel? You know what I'm saying? Just asking just basic questions, and they can't answer them. You see what I'm saying? They won't be able to tell you who were the Philistines. They don't know anything about that. They know about John 3:16. And that's the same frame of thinking that these Yah Israelites are on. You know what I'm saying? So he goes on to say, if you knew prophecy, then you'd know that the Father is going to use his men to judge Esau and the other nations. All right, you can go into Ezekiel the 25th chapter, 14th verse. There you go. You can go into Jeremiah 51:19 through 24. Micah 5:7 to 9. All right, Micah chapter 5 verse 7 to 9. Zechariah 9 verse 11 to verse 14. All right, Isaiah chapter 41 verse 14 to 16. You know what I'm saying? All these different things, man. All these different scriptures that you can go to, and it can keep going. You can keep going with all of it. You know what I'm saying? Letting it be known that these devils got their hell coming their way, and the Lord is going to use his people to do so. He's going to use his men to do this. He says, I can go on and on all day on prophecies of Jacob destroying the other nations, but you'll just ignore it anyway. So like I said, go away. You love the nations so much, then go be with them. All right. And that's what the prophecies say, man. The scriptures tell you, all right, that you're going to die the death of the heathen. You're going to receive the punishment of the heathen, man. All right. This is not some patty cake type of feel-good message that the prophets is coming with, man. The prophets have never come with that type of message. You see, let me show you what the prophets have always come with. This is Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 9. All right. As a matter of fact, let me get this off the screen. I think we've seen enough. Bear with me. All right. So like I said, you know what I'm saying? These these Israelites who are trying so vehemently to save these Edomites, man, because when they talk about, well, what about all the other nations? What about everyone else? They're not talking about everyone else. All right, they're not talking about everyone else. They're talking about these Edomites. They're talking about these so-called white people. That's what they mean. You see what I'm saying? So since you love them so much, all right, you will have the displeasure of, you know, sharing in their judgment. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 3. These are not my words. All right. Isaiah 31 and 3. Now the Egyptians are men and not power, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fail together. You see? So you all are gonna fail together, man. You wanna be hand in hand, all right, buddy with these Edomites, man. That's your prerogative. You know what I'm saying? Someone has to play the lot of the 2/3. All right, let's go to Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. You see what I'm saying? And because we have, all right, because we have the sentiments that we have towards these Edomites, you say that we're not bound to the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord said it is the right thing to give recompense, and he said that he is going to do this by the hands of his own children Israel. You know what I'm saying? He's going to lay his vengeance upon these Edomites by the hands of his people. You see? But this is the part that you Jakes don't like to hear. This is what the prophets have always come with. They have not come with sweet words throughout the many millennia. The prophets have always come with the message, all right, against good, you know, shall I say, against the prosperity of the wicked. They've always come with that message. They've come with that message against you Jakes, and with that message against the heathen. This is Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 9. And then I looked, behold, and a hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. All right, and that roll of the book is talking about the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? Before they were in book form, they were in the form of scrolls, parchment. You see? It says, verse 10, and he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. You see? Lamentations, mournings, and woe. Chapter 3, verse 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. You see what I'm saying? The thing about it is that you're supposed to eat this roll, and then you're supposed to speak it unto the house of Israel. All right? But these so-called Yah Israelites, as we call them, they're not occupied in prophecy. You see, they're occupied in feel-good messages. They're occupied in emotions, both the men and the women. You see? We find that this is a reoccurring theme with these so-called Yah Israelites or Yahuwah Israelites. They're very soft. All right? They're very moist, very emotional. Okay? That women are allowed to say what they want to say, do what they want to do. It's essentially feminism, all right, in the form of a head wrap with a dress on and fringes. These men are able to continue to be low-level niggas, you know what I'm saying, with long hair, all right, lineups and whatnot, you know, just as long as they got fringes on, you see? just so long as they keep the Sabbath, which they don't keep it correctly, as the brother said. All right, the brother Yawasop, he said it. They don't keep the Sabbath. You see what I'm saying? They don't keep it correctly. They go by Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, when the scriptures clearly tell you that the Sabbath and all the holy days are dictated by the cycle of the moon, and a new moon is representative of a new month. You see, and that's what dictates our Sabbath days and our high holy days. But continuing on, it says, "Eat this roll and go speak unto the house of Israel." That's another thing that these Yah Israelites don't do. All right, these Yeshua type niggas, man. All right, they don't go out and preach. They don't go out in the highways and hedges and make their lives a living sacrifice. The men, they don't do that. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, they're not occupied in prophecy, and the Spirit is not dealing with them, man. You see what I'm saying? Again, I know this. Because when I first started this thing, you know what I'm saying, going out and teaching, all right? When I was first inspired, all right, by IUIC, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I went out and I started preaching. But I knew that hair had to go. I knew that I wasn't in the right spirit, man. You see what I'm saying? Still emotional, still talking about, oh well the women this and oh we gotta take care of the women, we gotta take care of Israel and all that stuff and black. You know what I'm saying? Not even knowing my tribe. But nevertheless, the same stumbling block remains. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue. So like I said, the Spirit's not on these Yah Israelites to do the work, all right, and to be out here and to prophesy to the sheep. You know what I'm saying? They think that going into the barbershop or into the salon, the hair salon, talking about Yisrael, what they call Yisrael, you know, they think that that's doing the work. They think that's prophesying to the people. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's not you putting yourself out there and being a living sacrifice. Excuse me. That's not you making your life a living sacrifice, man. You see? Verse 2, "So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness." All right? "And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them." Okay? All right, but there's a second part of this. There's a second part of that sweetness. And let's get that. All right, this is Revelation chapter 10 and verse 8. It reads, all right, it reads, "And a voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again, and said, Go and take the little book," all right, that same roll, "take the little book, which is open in the hand of the angels which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hands and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. And this is what the prophets are out here doing. The prophets that are out here on the street corners who are doing these lessons day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, man. You see what I'm saying? These are the prophets, the ones that can take the sweetness as well as the bitter. You see what I'm saying? This is why when you get these jakes out here talking about, oh, the grape doctrine and whatnot, you see, that tells you that they haven't digested the bitter. They haven't digested it. Oh, this saying that you can unalive the children if they're unruly. Yeah, man. That's when you haven't digested the bitter. You see? So when the scriptures say clearly that these Edomites are going to perish for the things that they have done, for the sins of their fathers, you know what I'm saying? All right. It's hard for these Israelites to digest that bitterness. You know what I'm saying? And that's why there's a 2/3 and there's a 1/3. The 2/3 will have an issue with these types of things, man, these prophecies. The 1/3 will accept it and embrace it. All right. So what if a guy came and brought what did the guy say? The dude said he said, nah, bro, this was actually a sign showing you to take the hate out of your heart for them people. Yah also said vengeance is in his heart. All right. Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? There's been plenty of so-called white people who have done nice things for me. You know what I'm saying? Specifically when I was out there on the highways and hedges, man. When I'm out there, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes there'll be some guy who there was someone who I perceived to be an Edomite. He came up and he brought me a Gatorade. You know what I'm saying? And I said, Barakatha Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. There was another heathen who I perceived to be a heathen. All right, she stepped up to me and gave me $20. Barakatha Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. You know? And just because, you know, a kind gesture is done, all right, doesn't stop their fate from being what it is. Just because we know what their end is, doesn't mean that we have to go around and scowl at them everywhere we go. Nah, man. You see an Edomite come your way, you know what I'm saying? You opening up the door, you can open up the door for the Edomite, you know what I'm saying, or leave it open for him. It is what it is. It's not going to kill nobody. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say, if it be at all possible, be at peace with all men. All right? But that doesn't mean that we don't understand what their end is. You see? We're supposed to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. You see, we know that there's a time coming. And this is what Jake don't understand, man. There is a time that is coming where we are going to be given that power. Those of the 144,000, Lord willing, I'm among that number. All right. There are brothers, there's particular brothers that's going to receive spiritual power. Spiritual power to do things, unspeakable things, things that you've never seen before, things that are only written in Marvel comics, things that are only written in DC comics, in anime, things that will shake your perception of reality. It's going to be happening right in front of your eyes. You see what I'm saying? And the Lord is going to use his men to execute vengeance. All right, as the brother brought this out. Ezekiel chapter 25 and verse 14. Let's start at verse 12. It says, thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom You see what I'm saying? You know that you know these Edomites. You know who they are. The world is finding out who they are, man, because they're listening to the prophets. Now all of a sudden, these Christians want to start talking about who Esau Edom is. Now they want to start. They want to start talking about the Rothschilds and Amalek. You see what I'm saying? Why? It's because the prophets have spoken. The prophets have been speaking. Not these Yah Israelites. If it was up to these Yah Israelites, all right, there would be no constant shift to start calling out these Edomites. You see what I'm saying? But it's through the words of the true prophets that have been out here on the highways and hedges speaking the truth, the 100% truth, man. So it says, thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. You see what I'm saying? Verse 14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, Yashar Allah. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power. So we're not doing this of our own. You see what I'm saying? We're not going to be doing this of our own, man. That's why we constantly pray, man. I pray all the time. Lord, take away this empathy, take away the sympathy and all that stuff, man. You see what I'm saying? Take away the softness, because I want to be used as that vessel, man. Perfection. Perfection. The scripture saying in Psalms 110 that the Lord teaches my hands to fight. The Lord teaches us to fight, man. Those of his elect. You see? The Lord is going to raise up a standard. What do you think that's talking about in Isaiah chapter 59? What is that talking about? You see? And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom. So the Lord's going to lay his vengeance upon Edom. You see what I'm saying? And he's going to use his children, Israel, Yashar Allah, to do this. You see what I'm saying? So you have a problem with the Lord. You don't have a problem with us. You have a problem with him. What did Yahweh Shai say? All right. John chapter 6, verse 38. For I came down from heaven, not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me. It's the Lord that sent that sent Yahweh Shai. And he's going to lay that vengeance. You see what I'm saying? And the elect men of the nation of Israel are going to get busy in that time. They're going to get busy. You understand? And that's why the scriptures say it's not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth. All right? It's the Lord who shows mercy upon who he will show mercy to. All right, let me get this in Romans. All right, didn't mean to make this too long, but yeah, the spirit jumped on me when I was listening to the young brother's video. You know what I'm saying? His response. This is Romans chapter 9 and let's start at verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. So who did the Lord elect? Did he elect Edom? No, he elect Israel. All right, and these Yah Israelites know it. These Israelites who call on Yahuwah and Yeshua, they know it. Yah and Yeshaya, they know it. You see what I'm saying? But it continues on. It was said unto me, the elder shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. You see? But what did he say? What did this guy say? He said, uh, Yah is showing you to take the hate out of your heart for them people. All right. He says, Yah also said, vengeance is not ours. It's his, not ours. Well, we're reading it. We're reading that it's his vengeance. We're reading that he's going to lay his vengeance. And we also read how he's going to do it. The brother brought out Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 19. You see what I'm saying? Through 22. You see what I'm saying? The Lord is going to use us as his battle axe, his weapon of war. So it goes to show you that these so-called Yah Israelites, you know what I'm saying, as we call them, all right, they don't understand prophecy. They don't read it, they don't understand it, and they don't want to hear it. You see? Continuing on, verse 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with our power? Most High forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. You see? This ain't about you. It's not about what you want. Verse 16. And that's the thing. We, the hopeful elect, we want what the Lord wants. And apparently what the Lord wants is not what you want. And that's where the division of the 1/3 and the 2/3 comes in. Continuing verse 16. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. You see? It's not up to you. It's not to you that willeth. You see what I'm saying? It's not to you that run to Esau's defense. It's to the Lord's will. You see? And the Lord's will be done. You see? So, let me see. Let's go to Psalms. All right, this is Psalms chapter 114. Let's start at verse 2. You know what? Let's start at verse 1. It says, praise ye the Lord. Sing unto the Lord a new song. And the 144,000 are singing that new song. All right, as is written in Revelation, the 14th chapter. All right, and his praise in the congregation of saints. And who are the Lord's saints? Who are his saints, man? You read Psalms 148, verse 14. It says, he also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints. These are the saints, you see, even of the children of Israel. When it says even, it's talking about indeed, it's confirming. See what I'm saying? Even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. So going back, Psalms 149 and verse 1. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise in the congregation of saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp. For the Lord taketh pleasure of his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Who are the saints? It's the Israelites. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. This is the part that you Yah Israelites don't want to hear. Check it out. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance, upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. And that's including Edom. Verse 8, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. What is that talking about? It's talking about shackles. Shackles on your feet. It's talking about shackles, man. It's talking about it's talking about, all right, iron wrists. You see, chains everywhere, man. Shackles on your neck, on your arms, on your feet. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's talking about. Maybe even a shackle on your waist, nigga. to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. You see? To execute upon them the judgment written. The judgment was written. Either you want to accept this or not, the judgment was written, man. This honor have all his saints. So this is an honor that we have. Lord willing, I'm among that number. Lord willing, I'm among that number, man. It's an honor. You see? This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord. And this is why we don't deal with you Yah Israelites, you Yahuwah Israelites, you Yeshua, Yehoshua Israelites, you Ahia, Yeshaya Israelites, man. You see what I'm saying? If you're not calling on the name of Yah, if you're calling on the name of Yah, we don't want to deal with you. If you're not calling on the name of Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai? You see what I'm saying? The Lord is not dealing with you. The Spirit is not on you. You're going to have to shed that off. You see what I'm saying? And good luck with that, because I was there. I know how strong that stronghold is. It's sturdy. You see what I'm saying? Don't go nowhere. So it's got to be the Lord that's dealing with you, man, in order for you to break out of that spell. All right? Because I can tell you right now, it's a demon. That is a demon. You know what I'm saying? And of course, if you go into the book of Matthew, where it talks about the stony places, all right, that's essentially what that is. The stony places where the seed fell. All right? And it didn't take up root. You see? It didn't grow. You didn't grow in this faith, man. You didn't grow in the knowledge, the wisdom, you know what I'm saying, the understanding. All right? And yes, majority of this hinges upon the name of the Lord, Yahweh, and the name of his son, Yahweh Shai. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to cut that there, man. All right, I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Wachar Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.